Hi there and welcome to Roth Aggie Reviews. I'm Kobe. Nice to meet you. Today we're going to be reviewing a Canadian-American film which was directed by William Grant Bell, if I got the name right. It's a current film. It was released this year and it's called The Boy. So this movie has been released in early 2016. I'm guessing some places haven't released it yet to the cinemas. And I really think it's one of the strongest films in the 20 teens of the horror genre. I mean, this year so far has been really good with horror films. We've had The Forest, which came out, I believe, in January. We had The Witch. We had The Boy. 3 films so far, really good. And there's also The Green Room, which I haven't gone to see at the cinemas yet. I think it's been going on for a long time, so I hope I can go soon. But the trailer looks amazing for The Green Room too, and The Conjuring 2 is coming out. So there's a lot of good movies coming out and already released. So this is a really good year, and also really good in terms of 20-teen films. You know, I think that last year and this year are pretty good horror-wise. So The Boy, what is it about? It's about a young woman who moves to England to take a job that pays really well, and she essentially is like a nanny in this new job. She's going to be looking after this boy because his parents are going on this vacation, and she's going to be looking after the house, the garden, and cleaning it, and, you know, nanny type babysitter material job. But there's a big however. The girl finds out that the boy is actually a life-size doll, and he's supposed to be the son that the couple that hired the girl, the nanny, they lost the son like 20 years before, and the doll's supposed to be like the son, and the family has basically treated the doll like it's been part of the family, like, you know, it's their actual son for the last 20 years. So there's a huge shock for the girl, and she's kind of wondering, well, what have I got myself into? And she realizes that even though the situation is weird, the job still pays quite well. And because of that and a couple of other reasons, she decides to stay with the doll. The movie has a really strange opening because the mother is just totally convinced. And it's not even totally convinced because it's not even a matter of being convinced. The mother really, you know, she treats the doll like it's her son. She talks to it like she expects the doll to be treated like a human child, which is really strange, but it makes for a good movie. The girl who played, you know, the babysitter, the mother says this, you know, line that says, "You're different from the others. He likes you," you know. He meaning the doll, the son. And, I mean, you know, the situation was already creepy enough to begin with, and with that line being said, that was just like, wow. But no, the girl stays, and she works with the boy, and, you know, takes care of the doll, or the boy. And then we find out more about the movie. So basically, the reason the girl came to England to begin with was because not only was she struggling financially, but also she was escaping from a boyfriend or ex-boyfriend that just couldn't leave her alone. I guess restraining orders got to the point where she had to move overseas, and I guess restraining orders taking new meaning on their own right now. Anyways, so she basically escapes, which is really scary because I thought there would be like protection programs for people like her. And she goes to England, and she probably would think that, you know, this is a great job and pays well, and all she has to do is look after a kid. And then she finds out that, you know, the boy is a doll. So she's creeped out, obviously. She's scared. Well, she was scared already to begin with because she was escaping the crazy boyfriend. And now she has to deal with this doll and the mother that probably, if anything happens to the doll, probably will go crazy on the babysitter. And then, guess what? The boyfriend shows up. The ex-boyfriend shows up, and there's a couple other characters that are in the film. The movie's really good. The ending is great, and I mentioned in the horror films that we mentioned a couple, you know, times in this channel, such as The Gallows and couple other films I reviewed from horror films from the 20 teens that they fall short at the ending. They really don't end well. But this movie really ends well, and it really satisfies you. I mean, satisfied me, and I think it satisfied most people because it's an original story, and also it's original in the sense that the way it's acted, because the girl, and here's a spoiler alert. So, spoilers coming up. I suggest that if you want to see the film and you don't know the spoiler, you stop right now. I suggest you go watch it. It's probably by now on Blu-ray, not Blu-ray, maybe DVD, but certainly on website, online. They're probably online and probably in DVD. So yeah, I'll check it out. Okay, so now we're gonna get in the spoiler. The girl starts to realizes that she has to treat this doll like a real boy, because the doll essentially starts to do creepy shit and really goes crazy and does wants things to be done a certain way, and the girl does it so she's scared, but at the same time she starts to like the doll, and she starts to treat him like he's one of her own, like literally like it's her son, and it's so touching yet so strange, and I feel that is beautiful in the horror film. I think it's beautiful in any film. That's just the kind of guy I am. I like beauty and strange together, but especially in this kind of film with this kind of storyline, it's so touching. I mean, really, most people would find creepiness and beauty to be together as as a combination, to be a strange combination. But hey, I love movies like these. I love movies like Eraserhead and Begotten and midnight cult films. So for me, this is great, and the relationship between the doll, the boy, the doll, and the girl, the nanny, the babysitter, is just great. I remember walking out of the theater and being like, wow, this is great. It's another reason I like this film is close to me. I mean, not really close to me geographically, but it was filmed in Canada. So it's a Canadian-American film, and it was filmed in British Columbia. And I was wondering, did they actually, I thought about it, did they film it in England? And no, they filmed it in British Columbia. And I guess that the BC is really becoming like a film spot for filming locations and films in general. I guess it's attractive and everything, and it really did look like England. I mean, I guess BC is rainy. I mean, I'm Canadian, and I'm in Ontario, so Ontario is more like a East Coast, humid summers and crazy harsh snow, centimeter way crazy up winters, and BC is more like England because it's cold, rainy, and the temperature is similar to England. And again, the authenticity is there, and it's just a great movie. The girl really feels. The girl's a great actress. Everybody's a good actor. The reason why I say she's the strongest, this is because she's in almost every scene of the film, and all the scenes you know exactly what she's feeling, and there's no words needed. Her facial expressions, her body language. The way, it's all clear, it's all viewable, and you can tell exactly what she feels. You can tell whether she's scared, whether she's happy, whether it's both, she's scared and happy, and whether she, loves the boy, or she's concerned, or she's scared of him, or both. It's just great. There's so many, emotions in that movie. It's rich with emotion, and that's why I would say that, along with good, with the good acting, good screenplay, a good cinematography, great story, everything good about this film. And again, one of those few horror films that ends well. It's been given a chance to end well, and I don't know who allowed that to happen, but thank you so much, because it shows you that a horror film can end well, and that is rarely done. And when it is done, it's like a lunar eclipse. Rarely seen, but if it happens, gotta check it out. Not that good with the space stuff, so I might have gotten mixed up the analogy there, or but I hope you get the message. It's just worth seeing it. Horror films usually don't end this well, and it did end well. Now, with another thing being said, a couple of other horror films that came out this year, The Forest and The Witch, also ended well. Now, 2016 films from the horror genre have ended well, so maybe there's some change. You know, maybe people thinking about these endings for horror films really instigated some sort of change. It really triggered a good president to be sent. And I think there's something, because all three films end well, and they're all way around good. So I say you check this movie out. It's definitely worth watching, and I would say that it's a kind of movie you'd want to watch a couple of times. It's a kind of horror film that I think is more suitable for the younger audience. Now, when I say younger audience, I say 13 plus. I mean, and I don't know whether it was. I think I'm pretty sure it was rated 14A, because if it was 18, I would have been asked for my ID. But anyways, it's one of those horror films that it's not just scream fest and blood and guts. It's good. It's good. It's the horror film. The horror kind of film we're going to be reviewing on this channel. Now, yes, I'll have some blood and guts, because blood and guts horror films can still be good. But in terms of this kind of horror film, definitely worth watching, and it's a good way to introduce the horror genre to the younger viewers. So on that note, I hope you watch it. Hope you like it just like I did. It was a great film. Comment, say what you thought, subscribe, and all the best. Thank you very much.